Hello, my sunny crew. I am Coach Sam Candler. Today, we are off on a 15-minute beginner interval run. Now, if you're not a beginner, don't worry, stay with me here because you can choose any speed to make this challenging for you. Now, if you are a beginner, you're in the right place because I'm going to walk you through exactly how it works to build a little bit of endurance via intervals in our run. So we'll start off with a 4-minute warm-up. Then we have 4 intervals today, and then we're into our cool down. Just that easy. You ready to get going? All right, let's move now. We'll start off at a walk. So just a really comfortable, casual pace. Ideally, it's a pace that you can control without holding on because we can't hold on when we run, so let's not hold on when we walk either. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of speed right here. Now, I often don't share my speeds on these workouts because my speed is mine, just like your speed is yours. So I don't want you to worry about whether you're keeping up with me or keeping up with your neighbor. Really just worry about you. So this is you competing with you to constantly get better, stronger, and faster. So as we walk here, we're just kind of feeling things out, right? We're just seeing how our body's doing. How are our calves, our hamstrings, our glutes, our hip flexors right here on the front? What about our shoulders? Are we carrying any tension up there? We'll breathe it all out and we'll mentally take a moment to put ourselves right here in the present for these next 15 minutes. So in just a moment, we're gonna go from our walk into a couple of mobility drills. I like to keep the mobility drills at the beginning dynamic in nature, which means we're just using movement to get ourselves stretched out. And then at the end of the workout, we'll use static drills, which is where we just hold each stretch. So from here, we're gonna bring our speeds down just a little bit. So like 2 miles an hour is pretty good. And I want you to pull one ankle to your leg and then the other. So you're pulling the ankles right to your glute. That's it, taking a couple steps, just getting loosened up here. Maybe 2 miles an hour is a great speed for you to do this. Maybe you wanna be a little slower. We'll do one more each side. All right, then we're gonna back up just a little bit and we're gonna go into some skips, just like you did as a kid on the schoolyard. So we're gonna skip one knee up and then the other knee up. So at this slow pace, I can take a couple steps in between each side. That's it. One more. All right, so now we're gonna head into a jog. Your jog speed is yours. Some people maybe at 3 miles an hour, some up to maybe even 6 miles an hour. You do what works for you. This jog is not supposed to be difficult. That's it. This jog is just giving our bodies a moment to get warm. So when we warm up, we are literally raising our core body temperature. We're getting our joints lubricated, we're getting our muscles ready to do their work. We're telling our heart, I need to pump a little faster now. And then with that, you might feel your breathing rate increase. That's all normal, and that's very good. We'll hold this jog for 15 more seconds, and then we get to walk. When we walk, we'll hold that for a minute, and we're gonna talk about our game plan. That's it. All right, down into a walk. You choose your pace. Now here's what we have ahead. We're gonna start with a 45-second run. This is any run speed that works for you, but I don't want you to choose the fastest speed you could possibly do for 45 seconds. This is just our first interval, and for most of us, our first interval is still a little bit uncomfortable. Right, our bodies are still getting ready to work. So we're gonna do 45 seconds of work, and then we're gonna walk. As we go throughout our intervals today, we're going to add 15 seconds to each one. So after our 45-second interval, we'll walk for a minute, and then we'll do a 60-second interval and walk for a minute. So we're gonna progress through that until we get to the end of this 15-minute class. So no big deal. Pretty simple strategy. I just want you to focus on you. What paces work for you? All right, in 5 seconds, we're into our first running interval, 45 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Let's go here. All right. Now I mentioned our first interval really might not feel all that great. I mean, when I was 15, I could go from a standstill to a solid run and have no problems. But as we get older, our bodies just take a little more time, and that's perfectly normal. We honor that. We only have 15 seconds to go. That's it. Elbows swinging by your sides, forward and back with those hands, not left to right. 3, 2, 1. We walk. Good. So how'd that go? What we're gonna do is use the information we gathered from that 45 seconds to determine what speed we'll use for our next 1-minute interval. Ideally, you chose a pace that you noticed, you knew you were working, but you could definitely hold for a little longer. That's the pace we'd want to maintain for this very next one. We'll breathe deeply in through our nose and out through our mouth. In 15 seconds, we're on our next interval, 60 seconds long. All right, I'm gonna start adding my speed now. I'm gonna choose the same speed as last time. We start in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're in this interval. Now let's talk about form. I mentioned that our arms need to swing by our sides. So that means our elbows aren't really sticking out wide. They're right hanging down beneath my shoulders. Then let's focus on your core for a moment. You want that belly button pulled back a little towards your spine. And then with your hips, we don't want them sticking back behind you. We want to take your butt with you when you run. So we're scoop your butt under you just a little bit. When we pick up our knees, we're doing our best to land with our feet right underneath us, which means we're gonna land pretty much on the middle of our foot. So we're not up on our toes, but we're not also hopefully not landing on our heels. All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Walk, you did it. All right, we get another minute of rest. I'm gonna take my speed down just a little so I can fully collect my breath. Now on this workout today, I would rather see you save your energy for the running intervals. So if you need to walk at a barely crawling pace to recover, you have my full permission. Okay, in 30 seconds, we're on interval number 3. 1 minute and 15 seconds. Can we hold the same pace? Are you thinking maybe you were underestimating yourself and you know you could actually go just a little bit faster even though the interval is 15 seconds longer? Probably. Let's go. We'll start in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So I have 2 things to tell you on this interval. 1 is that if you are running right now, you are a runner. Get that into your head. So many times I see my whole squad, they're out running, telling me while they're running that they're not a runner. This is what a runner does. They run, you're a runner. 2, most runners, especially when you're starting out, really underestimate their capabilities. You are stronger and you are faster than you know. Don't be afraid to test your gears a little bit. If you get out too fast too soon, all you have to do is slow it down. 15 seconds to go here. That's it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Back to our recovery. That was great. We started at 45 seconds, moved to 60, on to 75 seconds, so you know what's coming next. No surprises here. 90 seconds. Can we hold that same speed? Here's how you know. Were you absolutely gasping for air, desperately counting every second till the end of that last interval? Well, in that case, you might need to back down the speed a little. But did you finish thinking, oh, that's it? That wasn't so bad? That's when we maintain the speed for the next interval or maybe even increase. All right, 15 seconds until our 90-second interval. We ready? 8 seconds. So I'm gonna start to add my speed now. I've stuck with the same speed every single interval. That feels right for me today. 3, 2, 1. Here goes our 90-second effort. I feel like 90 seconds sounds a little bit shorter than a minute and a half. So I'll use that terminology, but I know I'm fooling nobody. We're in this. So what do you do when things get hard? You trust the process. You know that if you put one foot in front of the other in a rhythmic fashion, again and again, you'll get there. So that's all you have to do. Let's make sure that we're not carrying any extra tension in our shoulders, that we drop them down. We don't want to clench muscles that we don't need. We want to save our energy for the muscles that we do need when we run. Our legs, our core, even in our arms, our upper body. That's it. Feeling good here? 15 seconds to go. All right, all the way to the end. 5, 3, 2, 1. That's it. People tell me all the time they hate the slow count, so I try to go pretty fast there. No slow counts. I know we're working hard. I don't need to toy with your emotions on that because I'm about to toy with your emotions right now. Here's the thing. We do have a 5th interval today, and there's a good reason for it. We are going to prove that that 90 seconds you just ran is not a fluke, that you can do it twice. That wasn't your last-ditch effort, right? You can repeat that. So we're gonna do 90 seconds again. Use what you learned on the last interval. We need all of that information right now. We'll start in 13 seconds. Get your head right. Decide you're gonna do it. 5 seconds, let's add our speed. I promise you, this is our final one. We start in 3, 2, 1, that's it. This is it, I promise. When we get to the end of this one, we cool down. This is our chance to prove to ourselves that we are capable, that we can endure, that we are strong, that we are good runners. I know somebody's really got it when they can repeat their effort. So that's what we're aiming for right now. We're already into our final minute of running. In fact, we're looking at like 45 seconds left. Let's go. We want a bright, happy stride. This is the kind of thing where if you were to look at somebody running beside you, you'd be like, wow, they look like they really feel good. That's what we want to feel right now in our own bodies. 25 seconds left. Stay with me. Trust the process. Squad, I hope there are some smiles on your faces because we are down to 10 seconds left. We run every moment for another 3, 2, 1. We walk. We cool down. We did it. I'm gonna take my speed way down. Just an easy walk. And I'm gonna take this opportunity to slow my breathing by breathing in for a few counts and breathing out for a few counts. That's it. So how'd we do? I want you to remember these paces. Remember how they felt. Write them down so you can refer to them again. You can come back to this run, and not only can you repeat it, but you can prove that by training, you've gotten a little bit stronger and a little bit faster. We'll take our treadmills to a full stop for a moment of stretching. If you have your safety clip on, let's take it off, clip it to the front so you can slide back on your treadmill. And then all we're gonna do here is take your right ankle into your right hand, very much like what we did as a dynamic stretch at the beginning. We're gonna do that as a static stretch now, just stretching and holding. The secret in this stretch is to squeeze your glute so you get a stretch on the front side of your body. All right, same thing other side. Now, if your knee is off to the side, it's not really what we're looking for. Try to bring it down, squeeze that glute, have your body organized. All right, and then one last stretch here. We're gonna take your feet just wide on that treadmill, not obviously over the edge, but to each edge. And we're just gonna hinge your hips back. You can even reach down just a little bit and feel a stretch in your glutes and in your hamstrings. All right, fam, you did amazing today in our 15-minute interval run. I cannot wait to see you next time. Congratulate yourself on a job well done. Thank you for showing up for you, and thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see you next time.